We are attempting a Barbie Diamond Castle slash gay slash cottagecore type vibe today with our outfit and color palette, because this is a special video. This is our February manifestation update. This one is very special to me, so I'm very excited to tell you all about it. Hi, I'm the Fairy Godmother, and in today's video we are looking into the topic of managing expectations in a relationship. The idea for this video was inspired by the movie Barbie and the Diamond Castle, specifically in that scene where the two female protagonists, they get into a fight because, metaphorically speaking, they find a crossroads and each wants to choose a different thing. And the way their fight is portrayed in the film, it kinda reminded me of conflicts that can arise in a relationship, even in a healthy one, with a caring partner, with someone who listens to you and is there for you and tries to make you happy and see that your needs are fulfilled and your wants and desires are fulfilled as well. And so I wanted to bring you my update on my goals and manifestation of February, aligned with this topic and this idea of managing expectations and how you can ease your position and your partner's position in a relationship so you can build and have a healthy relationship. So, without further ado, my February goal was to go on a boat ride with my partner. The picture I had in my vision board for this year goals was this one. My partner's birthday is very close to Valentine's Day, and so we decided to put together the two things and gift each other a night at a boat and a boat ride. We had a lovely walkthrough and tour of the boat. We were so excited because the boat was so much bigger than we thought. We were looking forward to it for a whole month because we started planning it on January. I asked them if they had anything they wanted to do on their birthday, and they replied, well, what do you think about spending the night at a boat and maybe going on a boat ride? And I was very excited because that's what I had been thinking about for more than a year, and I got very excited and we both got very excited about planning it together. But one thing that I recall from the whole process was my partner saying, we are gonna go on this trip happy, and we are gonna come back from this trip happy as well. Just addressing my tendency to overthink things and get nervous and anxious. This is kind of how I want to introduce the topic of expectations in a relationship. So basically, I am going to talk about different perspectives on relationship expectations and managing those expectations, going through our trip and our stay at the boat. So to start, we have to define what are expectations. As it says in the name, expectations is when you expect something to happen or to go a certain way, or you have this conception, this idea of how things are going to happen or how a person is going to act. And when these expectations are not met, these ideas do not correspond with reality, it can have different impacts on ourselves. It can be a hurtful situation. It can be sometimes even surprising, because you may have low expectations and then someone surprises you by going above and beyond what you were imagining. By having unchecked expectations, you can be planting the seeds for conflict, and you can be unintentionally bringing or creating a little bit of chaos in your relationship. The big thing with expectations is that when they get unrealistic, it can cause a pretty good amount of harm to yourself, to your partner, or the other person in a relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a relationship with a family member or a friend or a co-worker, just a relationship in general. We've seen that expectations can be really harmful when they are unchecked and they are unrealistic. So we'll be looking at some actions that we can take to set and express healthy and realistic expectations. To begin with, we have ownership of expectations. We have to acknowledge that we are responsible for our own personal expectations, and that we cannot assume that the other person knows what's on our mind. So when you expect something, when you have personal expectations about something, you cannot assume that's how things are going to go, or that other person know that you have those expectations and that they will act accordingly. You have to be responsible of your thoughts and of your expectations. You need to take time to reflect on those expectations, because you need to be clear and conscious about what you want and what you desire and what you need from a relationship. There needs to be accountability on your part of your own preconceived ideas and your own personal expectations. When me and my partner started to look into the boat trip we wanted to have, the whole boat related trip, me personally, I had to take a moment to, because I know myself, I know I get excited and I start to overthink things and start to create all these scenarios of how things are gonna go. And I had to be aware of how I act. I had to take ownership of my expectations, because I'd have these ideas of this is this is how things are gonna go, because this is how I've seen it in movies and shows and online. And knowing myself, I had to take a moment and be like, okay, this is how I imagined it, but this is only my personal idea of how things can go. My partner might have their own different ideas that do not align with my own, because we are not telepathic, we do not guess what's in each other's mind. So I have to recognize that this is only what I might be envisioning. Reality is going to be different, and their own idea of how things are going to go is going to be different from mine. So I had to take ownership of my own expectations, which leads to the reflection process of, we are going to take this trip. It is both a couple thing we are doing because it is for Valentine's Day, but it's also a birthday gift for my partner. So what I personally want out of this situation is something that goes along our preferences, but mainly favors their own tastes and their own personal wants, because it's their birthday. It's not a matter of I'm gonna erase myself from the equation and they're gonna pick everything themselves. No, it's not like that. It's simply that I took a minute to be honest with myself and realized that I, above all, just wanted to spend time with them in this new experience and allow them to explore everything they wanted to. My priority with this experience is for them to be happy, enjoy things as they happen, and not to rush things or want to do a million things when we only had 2 days to enjoy both a city and a boat and a boat ride. So it was a small amount of time, so we had to be realistic, and me personally, as I reflected upon it, I had to be realistic on what things we wanted to do and how we would be able to do them. I just didn't have any specific want. It's not like I wanted to visit a specific cafe in the city or go visit a specific building like a church or a museum or take a specific road. I just didn't have that want, that need for something like that. I just wanted to enjoy the trip. But my partner, they started to feel a bit unease with the fact that I was not putting forth ideas for where we wanted to go. The point I'm getting to is that expectations need to be clearly communicated and debated. And so we called each other. They brought up that topic of me not putting forth ideas. They asked me, I have all these ideas, don't you have some? I'm concerned that we are just doing things that I want to do and you're just taking a step back and not wanting to do things. And I really want you to be more upfront with whatever you want to do. I mean, I was feeling loved in a very assertive type of way, very I love you and I want to do things you want to do as well, not just because it's my birthday that we're just gonna do things I want to do, so just tell me whatever you want to do. So we had this opportunity to speak to each other about what each other wanted. So yeah, we were specific and direct with each other about what each other wanted. And this way we had an overall idea of what each other wanted to do and what we could plan out around. And this way we addressed any misconceptions or misunderstandings we might be having, because like I said, he thought I was just putting myself on the back seat, just taking a step back and not being honest of what I wanted to do, let them do whatever they wanted. And that was not the case. And these types of conversations are only possible through active listening. I remember specifically they were talking and I was like, okay, they are trying to build up their argument and they are trying to share with me their point of view on the situation. So even though I already know what they're talking about, and even though I already know what I want to say, I need to just be quiet for a moment and calmly and actively listen to what they are telling me and what they are sharing about their ideas, their thoughts, their feelings. And I need to calmly listen and understand their point of view and what they're trying to tell me. And then when they finally made their point and were open about their thoughts and feelings, I then had a chance to explain my side. Then this was their time to be an active listener and give me the time of speech and give me the mic, so to speak. You can have an in-between point where you meet. So all these steps took place before the trip in the planning phase, but also during the trip, this trip was a very interesting experience, both as a romantic getaway, but also as an opportunity to grow and connect more as a couple, because this is what happened. So like I said, we went sightseeing and I was getting very overwhelmed by the amount of people, by my tiredness, by my hunger. My partner, of course, started to notice this because I was a bit less responsive, less energetic. And how did we manage this of their expectations about the sightseeing and my expectations? Like I said, I just wanted to go with the flow, and they had their own ideas of, I want to see this bridge, I want to do that, I want to do that. And I had to be open and honest. And that was one of the situations where we had to communicate. Okay, this is what I'm feeling, this is what's happening. Then they told me what they wanted to do and how they are feeling. And so basically we encouraged each other on feedback, because we'd be walking and we just tell each other, okay, look, I want to do this. Mostly my partner, because I was tired, mostly my partner would be like, I want to do this. Do you feel like doing that? Are you okay? Like just checking in on me, how I was feeling, what I wanted to do, if there was anything I needed, so we could then adjust it accordingly. Like, okay, I wanted to do this, but maybe you're too tired, so let's like take this route instead. And so we come to the final topic of managing expectations, which is adaptability. This is a strong one because, like I said, we have to be realistic and we can envision things a certain way, but then they do not go that way in real life. And so we have to adapt so we can still enjoy something even if it doesn't go as we wanted it to, or as we expected it to. And so after this walk, we headed back to the boat and just settled in, just prep everything we wanted to prep, because we took our own dinner. We started having the fondue, and it's a fondue in a boat. Let's keep this in mind. And so we had juice to drink. It's a romantic dinner. Let's just make it a little bit special and just, put the juice in glasses. I was like, oh my god, they have champagne glasses. Let's do this a little fancy and put the juice in the champagne glasses. And we did that. But of course, it's a boat. It's very unstable. There were wax spills, juice spills, chocolate spills. There's chocolate on my pants and the sofa and the carpet. And I was like, seriously. We had to adapt. What I mean is, me personally, I had all these ideas and expectations of a romantic boat dinner with my partner, and I had to constantly adapt to, oops, okay, we had a spill. Let's just clean that up and just go back to enjoying our dinner together. Let's just appreciate what is happening and not compare it to what I envisioned, because comparison is the thief of joy. And so we just had to go with the flow and constantly adapt to whatever was happening. We just had to be honest with ourselves and realistic. We are just humans, and this is not a movie. This is not a scenario that's planned by a director, and we don't have a crew just making things perfect and making things beautiful and romantic. It's just the two of us trying to give each other a good time and a fun time and just appreciate each other in a more romantic setup. So yeah, this was our experience on how we manage expectations during our trip. It was a very nice trip, and it was also, like I said, in every aspect of the trip, it was a good opportunity to build and work on different aspects of our relationship. It just gave us more opportunities to grow, which I love. In a growth and abundance mindset, any opportunity to grow is just chef kiss. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. That was my goal for February 2025, to go on a boat trip with my partner. I'm very grateful to be able to take the time and take the resources to do a trip like that. So yeah, this was the whole process of how we manage each other expectations through planning and enjoying a trip through a new city, and both having a first time experience of staying in a boat overnight and having a personal boat ride. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas on how you can work on your relationship, how you can do some work by yourself and with a partner on how to deal with these expectations and keep them real, keep them honest, so you have the best time and you have a healthy and happy relationship. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more healing and self-development content so you don't miss one bit. of my Fairy Godmother magic. As always, there will be some additional resources in the description box below, so check that out. And remember, any good, happy, and healthy relationship starts with open communication and a healthy vulnerability between two people. Be honest, open about what you want, what you need. Talk things out with the other person so you can find together the best way to deal with whatever situation you have to deal with. I'll see you in the next one. Stay wonderful.